Let's put it right about here. I think everything else is pretty decent. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to Laurie Anderson with her song Excellent Birds off of the album Mr. Heartbreak, which was released in 1984. Now, even though I'm not overly familiar with Miss Laurie Anderson, I have heard her album Big Science on my off time, probably, I guess, maybe a month or so ago. And listen, that album is an absolute trip. I've had Laurie Anderson recommended to me before, and I think some songs from that album. And let me tell you, okay? As my first exposure, I'm glad that I listened to that album on my own. Some songs and some albums just don't make for great reactions. And I really enjoyed that album, actually, Big Science. But I don't know. I feel like I would have been totally lost on it if I listened to it for the first time on camera. This song has been recommended a few times as well in the comments. And if I can shout out one particular person, Stephen Bennett, you have been asking me to listen to Laurie Anderson on the channel, and then when I revealed that I had listened to Big Science on my own, you were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought we were doing this on camera. Of course, you guys are more than welcome to join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Also, you guys mentioned that Peter Gabriel stars on this one, which, that's a clicker. Join me on Twitter, join me in the comments down below. Hope you're having a great day. Let's do it. This is Excellent Birds by Laurie Anderson.
Flying birds, excellent birds. Watch them fly. There they go. Falling snow, excellent snow. Here it comes. Watch it fall. Long words, excellent words. I can hear them now. This is the picture.
Long.
I'm sitting by the window, watching the snow fall. I'm looking out, and I'm moving, I'm turning in time. Jump up, and I can land on my feet. Look out! This is the picture. This is the picture. This is the picture. This is the looking now, watching now. When I see the future, I close my eyes. I can see it now. I see pictures of people rising up, pictures of people falling down. I see pictures of people standing on their heads, they're ready. I see pictures of people rising up. I see pictures of people falling down. I see pictures of people standing on their heads, they're ready. They're looking out. Look out. They're watching out. Watch out. They're looking out. Look out.
So immediately, what I'm getting from this song is that this needs to be listened to as part of the album, okay? Which is one of the reasons I'm glad I listened to Big Science on my own, because I would have lost that listening to that album, or a song off of that album, and I can only assume the same thing kind of here. Because this feels like this is what it feels like. I feel like this album is probably this big abstract painting, right? And I feel like I'm looking up really close to the painting, and I'm only looking at one, like, quadrant of the painting, and I'm not getting the full picture, you know? So as an individual piece, as a song, Excellent Birds, I like a lot of the sound that's going on in it, but the song doesn't necessarily go anywhere, and I don't know where it came from. So like I said, it feels like it's a piece of the puzzle, and I don't know what the picture is supposed to be, because I don't have the rest of the puzzle. Now, irregardless of all of that, I like the atmosphere in this song, because the song sounds kind of cold, and yet there's also a bit of warmth in there. Her vocals are very soft-spoken, they're very relaxed, they're almost emotionless and robotic. But at the same time, they're not emotionless and robotic. And I think that there's something really interesting about just the character of her voice, from what I've heard here, and of course off of her album Big Science. Her singing and the singing from Peter Gabriel, of course, come across as very observational. The percussion throughout the song really sets the mood as a whole, and I can see why Peter Gabriel perfectly fits into this type of track, because this is what he does. This is something that he's very used to, and I'm actually really curious to see and hear about how they came to work with each other, because they definitely work really well together, especially understanding Miss Anderson's experimental and artistic side, which perfectly actually relates to Peter Gabriel's artistic and experimental side. And even that noise there sounds like vocals, but somehow manipulated. I'm not quite sure how. But all of the percussion and all of the vocal elements in this song are really interesting. The rest of the music moves really interestingly as well. It's kind of like this hypnotic dish that's served to you and you didn't know that you were eating it, but guess what? You already finished it. See, like, it feels like that. This song is just very abstract. This song is very oblong, but I don't know. Like I said, this feels like I'm listening to one particular sector of a whole album. And there's a lot of interesting structural components in, like, the rhythm section of it, which is, like I said, I think the percussion elements is really cool, and just the way the vocals kind of work in there, sometimes in hushed and whispered tones, and sometimes singing out a little bit more. Like I said, Peter sounds like Peter in this one. I'm definitely a fan of that. Laurie does sound great as well. The song comes together nicely, and I enjoyed my first listen of it, but I feel like in listening to this song, I would need to really listen to the rest of the album to really get it. If this happens to be your first listen of Laurie Anderson's music in general, I would highly suggest not writing her off by this one song, because yes, this kind of sounds like what her work is. It's very experimental, it's very arty, but if you, like, sit down and, like, try and enjoy it, if you sit down and you put yourself in the mood for it, I think that you would enjoy it. Like I said, if I had listened to Big Science really anywhere else, I don't think I would have liked it. If I listened to the album here as a first listen, I don't know if I would have really liked it. But, like I tweeted out a long time ago, me laying on my couch at 2 o'clock in the morning and deciding to put on this album that I had never heard of, but the cover looked cool, I was swept away. Flying birds, excellent birds, watch them fly, there they go. Falling snow, excellent snow, here it comes, watch it fall. Long words, excellent words, I can hear them now, this is a picture. Like, I feel like I'm listening to this song at an art exhibit. I feel like that's where this kind of puts you, or at least that's where it puts me. It puts me in an art exhibit, it gives me words, it gives me pictures, it gives me images, and then it puts it all together, but it gives me only enough information for me to give my own interpretation, and me to make my own observations based off of Laurie's observations in the lyrics. I'm sitting by the window watching the snow fall, I'm looking out and I'm moving, turning in time. Jump up, I can land on my feet. Look out, this is a picture. I like how it keeps coming back to the words, this is a picture. Kind of like reminding you, like, what are you looking at? You're getting all these images, you're getting a lot of symbolism and metaphors, but remember, this is a picture. So perhaps showing the powerful nature of art and what a simple picture could make the person that's looking at the picture think about. So I really don't know what the song is about as a whole, but that was kind of what I was getting just based off of the lyrics, looking at pictures, looking at art, and the things that you get from it. Whether that could be something as simple as birds, snow, or something more, like where he talks about the people rising up, falling down, and standing on their heads. I don't know, something like that. I feel like I'm totally off base. But regardless, I want to know what you guys thought of the song. You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.